Okay, we are live. Hi, how you doing? So as always, if somebody can type in, if you can type in a yes into the comments box on this Facebook feed, just to let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. I think I've got the mic on, and then also if you can see me, so I've not chopped off the top of my head because I'm filming this on the back of my iPhone. I think I mention this every day, so just to make sure that you can see me and hear me, it will be most useful for this Facebook Live. Okay, so welcome to today's live call. It's going to look at this area of how you can make your live videos edit friendly, because the reality is that I think live videoing, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube or whichever platform you use, is great. It's a great opportunity to grow your business, to position, to share your skill, knowledge, your expertise, and then also having the ability to repurpose that content. So what I mean by repurpose is that, as I mentioned yesterday, criteria of how you can present and upload videos to various platforms is not universal. It's slightly different on each platform, and so having the ability to edit what you did live after you've done it live is a real useful thing to do. And I'm finding that while I'm doing these Facebook Lives throughout July as well, because I'm repurposing them and sharing them on my other platforms that I use as well. And so that's what this Facebook Live is going to be about. Just before we get going, just to let you know again, my online training course, Speak Like a Pro Online, is now open for registration for this year's intake. And so if you want to find out about that and if it's right for you, then just go to my website, mikeblissett.com/speak. So mikeblissett.com/speak, and you'll see a link probably just above or below this video. And you can click that as well if you want to, and it'll just take you there and just show you what is happening there and what's involved and what's included in the bonuses and all the good stuff on there. So I'm also going to be shooting a video later on today, and I'm going to upload that to that page as well. So mikeblissett.com/speak, and it's going to explain even more about that. We're going to dive a little bit deeper in what's involved in the course as well. So how to make your live videos edit friendly or edit ready is a useful thing. When I give my talks to various business groups about using video as part of your business marketing, and equally your business delivery, if you have courses and training and webinars, etc., I usually give a heap of stats about how many people check in with online video and what devices they use, a phone versus a tablet versus a laptop or computer, desktop computer, and how that's increasing still at a crazy rate every year, and the potential that can have for your business. So I'm not going to go through the stats here. I can give you some if you want to. So if you want to find out some of that detail of the potential and the opportunity for using video in your business, leave a comment in the box below, and I'll gladly make a future daily live video and include that just for you. But as I said in the beginning, one of the challenges is, I think one of the fears why sometimes people don't use more video to promote their business is that they are fearful that it's too technical, and and it's when they've done a live, it's then the wrong format to share on their other platforms, whether it's a LinkedIn or a YouTube or whatever it might be. So I think having that ability to edit is a really good thing. So in the grand traditions of sharing these Facebook Lives with you, I'm going to give you 3 ideas, 3 top tips, 3 things you can take away and try out for yourself, for your videos, the things that you make. Just before we dive into that, as I say, if you want to get more detail in this and dive deeper and get more serious on video and how you can use it to grow your business and share your skill, knowledge and expertise, then just head over to the website mikeblissett.com/speak, or click the link just above or below this video, and you'll get loads more information there as well. So how to make your live videos edit friendly, point number one, or step number one, or idea number one. And it's this: to pause between points, or maybe even at the end of a sentence if you talk really, really quickly. And the reason for pausing, and it's not like a huge pause unless you want to, but I kind of tried to demonstrate it there. It sounds, if it's a bit too big, then in the live posts, in the live video you do, it's going to sound a bit weird. So what I mean is, you see, I just did one there. It was just a very short pause, but it was a pause. And it can be where you think, or sometimes at the end of a point, you may be noticing this video, and I do it quite regularly on my videos. At the end of a point, I'll pause and then I'll go, so, and then I'll move on to the next one. And just after the so, before I begin the next sentence, just a very slight pause. And the pause is really important, because the pause is where you can jump in when you edit your video if you want to, and cut it or do something with it. It gives you an entry point to then do something and move a section about or whatever. So for example, if you share 3 top tips, like I'm sharing 3 top tips with you today, it might be that on Twitter or on another, say LinkedIn, for example, you might want to share each of your tips as a separate, like a mini video, just of a few minutes. And so having the ability to jump in and just to segment that, and not, if it's like a big long sentence train of thought kind of video without any pauses, then you're going to have to cut off words and mid-sentence, and it's just you can do that, but it's not as smooth as if it's a clean break. And what I mean by a clean break is just a little bit of a pause, so that the next thing you do, you see there, there's a point where if I wanted to, and if you wanted to, if this was your video, you could just splice it or cut it or edit it and do something else with it. And the other reason for having the pauses and being able to edit your videos, as I mentioned, I think yesterday, is that each of the platforms where you can share your videos, the LinkedIns, the YouTubes, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, they all have slightly different criteria about what that video should be, or how should it look, or how should it be presented. For example, on this platform, Facebook Live, you can, I think you can talk for as long as you want. I'd probably get tired after 15, 20 minutes. But some people, they do their Facebook Lives and they can be several hours long. But then if you save that video and repurpose it and use it on LinkedIn, well, actually a maximum amount of time to share a video on LinkedIn is 10 minutes. So you would need to edit your video down. And so equally, if you want to upload it to another platform, for example, YouTube, I have my newsletters hosted on YouTube. Well, not the newsletters, the videos that I promote in the newsletters. So my video blog posts, my vlogs, they're on YouTube. And so with a Facebook Live, there's always the beginning where you're checking in that people can hear you and you haven't cut your head off, that you're in frame, and it's a kind of setting it up. And then at the end of it, there's probably reaching for your camera and turning it off, because it's a live. So if you wanted to have that look a little bit more professional for your newsletters, for example, you would probably cut off at the beginning where you're just setting up and just start somewhere solid where maybe you present the points. And at the end of it, when you say thank you and goodbye, for example, at the end of the video, you'd probably cut it again, rather than and delete that end bit, so that on the version that you share in your newsletter, it's not you walking up to and from your camera, for example. So it's a good idea to have just a little pause in between each segment or point of what you're talking about. So, and you can see that's another slight pause there as well. Section 2 or point 2 or idea or top tip, the second top tip, is to take a screenshot or a picture on your phone of you in the gear, in the situation, in the location that you're going to be filming your video, after you finish your video, just take a screenshot or just take a picture. Probably a picture is better because it'll be a better quality picture than a screenshot of you looking at a camera or doing something, because the reason for that is when you come to repurpose your video, for example, on your newsletter or on YouTube, you can make that into a thumbnail. And a thumbnail is just a little, if you go to my YouTube channel or anybody's YouTube channel, you see there's like a holding image before you click on it and then you watch the video. So that holding image is called a thumbnail, just a little image. And what some people do is just have an image and that's fine, or they don't make it look pretty, and YouTube will just randomly pick an image and use it as your thumbnail, but maybe it's you looking a bit weird or kind of blinking, or it's maybe not the best image. So a thumbnail is where you create a shot that you want to create. So as I say, that's why you can take a picture, and then once you've taken the picture, put it in either PowerPoint or Keynote, that depending if you're on PC or Mac, and then if you want to, you can put a title on it as well. And again, if you want to know how to do that, then just let me know in the comments box. I'll spend a little bit longer in a future video and kind of take you through that process if you want to. And then when you upload your video, your edited video to, for example, YouTube, then YouTube also gives you the opportunity to upload a thumbnail, and you can upload the one where you look fabulous and intelligent and it's got the title on, and it just looks a little bit more professional. So from a business promotion, a positioning point of view, it just takes it up a notch. And I think that's a good idea. So with thumbnails, all I can say is personally, sometimes I forget to take a picture at the moment when I'm making a video. And so then I use a screenshot of me mid-sentence in the video. And that's okay. I can still put titles on it, but it's not setting up a really ideal thumbnail. So I'm most of the time I remember to take a picture and then create a thumbnail. The times I forget, and I do forget reasonably regularly, then I need to do a screenshot, select a screenshot midway through a video, and then use that and repurpose that to make the title. To put the title on of the video as well. So that's the second point, is to take a screenshot or a picture of the moment when you're making that video. Okay. So the third one is to just think about making the main thing the main thing. So what I mean by that is keep reminding your audience, your viewer, what it is that you are talking about. For example, in this one, I mentioned, I don't know, probably half a dozen times now, it's about how you can make your live videos edit friendly. And in a coaching session, if you're a coach or if you're a mentor or a trainer, you'd probably keep, as you go through the session, just referring back and just checking in with the audience. Just remind me the session goal, or just remind me the focus of this training session. So what you're checking in there is that they still remember what, within all this detail that you're sharing, what you are talking about. And what we're mentioning there is the points. I think Brendon Burchard has a great phrase about this, and when he's talking about working on your goals, and what he calls high performance, and he's got this great phrase, and he says keep the main thing the main thing. And I think that's just wonderful. Keep the main thing the main thing. And that can be reused so many times in life. It's such a good just simple phrase to remember, and it's so powerful. And equally in your videos, as you're going through the video, don't assume that the viewer is keeping up with you and they remember what the point of the video is that you might have given the title in the beginning. Just keep reminding them every once in a while, in the beginning, at various stages in the middle, and then equally at the end as well. So what that also gives you, remember, when you want to repurpose the video in the future, if you want to cut out, like if you made a 30-minute live video, and some of my video lives are around 30 minutes, if I want to segment them and cut them down to 8 minutes, for example, so they become more LinkedIn friendly, I will still need to find a segment in that where I actually state what I'm talking about. So that segment that I use might not be at the beginning when I'm talking about the title. It could be in the middle, or it could be toward the end, the latter half of it. And so that's why it's a good idea to keep stating the point, keeping the main thing, and keep reminding your viewer what the main thing of that video live is as well. So just to recap, the 3 points are: number one, pause between your point or segment or at the end of a sentence. The second one is to remember if you can, to take a picture of the moment, either just before or just after that you go live, that you make your video, so you can repurpose that and make a thumbnail. If you forget, and I sometimes forget, just when you've made your video live, on the video you have after that, then you can take a screenshot, and hopefully you know how to do that on either your smartphone or on your computer as well. If you don't, just leave a comment in the box below, ask me, and I will include it in a future video live as well. And then the third step is to just keep restating the point, keeping the main thing, and keeping that front and center, so that your viewer also is clear on why you are talking about what you're talking about, giving that detail. And that gives you flexibility when it comes to the editing, because you will be able to cut segments out to repurpose as you want. And you can even make a 2-minute video as a tweet, for example, and you'll still be able to cut out a segment where it starts with the point, the reason of the video. For example, this one is to how you can how you can shoot live video so it's edit friendly. So you can see I'm just mentioning that again there as well. Okay, so that's it for today. If you do have any questions, comments, just leave them in the box below, and I will gladly get back to you. I'll answer them either in the boxes below, or if I think this actually I need to include this in a future video, I will definitely do that, so you can get the insight and my take on that there as well in the coming days. Remember, if you are serious about video and taking your video to the next level with regards to how you use it in your business, in your branding, in your positioning, in your delivery, if you even want to make courses, then go to my website, mikeblissett.com/speak. So mikeblissett.com/speak, and you get loads more information about how you can do that there. That's it for the day. It's another sunny day in North London, so I'm looking forward to speaking with you again tomorrow. Enjoy today, enjoy the sunshine. Hopefully it's sunny where you are as well. And it's Friday. Have a brilliant weekend, and I'm going to check in with you tomorrow. I'll be somewhere else tomorrow, by the way. I'm training, so I'm going to do a live video in the training room just before I start the training. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It's going to be early tomorrow. See you then. Take care.